Hello everyone, my name is Tacos, and in this video we're going to break down my thought process in some fights as a Tempest, as well as talk about projectile leading. Let's get into it. The first fight here, you see, I start by sniping one of them twice, and you can see I'm leading the shot a good 1 to 2 player models in front of the enemy. Here's a slow-mo version. Approaching this fight, I know one of them is very weak, which my teammate quickly takes care of. The enemy starts by throwing his toxic clouds at me, which immediately tells me he's a toxicologist because of the 3 clouds that he threw. This makes me want to stay off the ground to avoid toxic puddles, which is why I used my updraft. And it also makes toxic slaps harder for him. While he's occupied by my teammate, I'm able to snipe him twice for the win of the game. This fight is a third-party situation I put myself in. Approaching this, I know one of them has stone. This means the ground isn't safe anymore. I quickly take care of the first guy, and then I start being shot at with lightning from the other guy who now has high ground on me. I use some wind jumps to make myself harder to hit, I mix a dash in there, and then I updraft towards him to close the gap and finish him off with 2 squall toxic slaps. While Toxic doesn't really have much lead as it's supposed to be used close range, the arc of the projectile is definitely something you need to keep in mind when taking shots in the air like this. With this fight, the enemy immediately tells me they have Featherfall, so I know I'll need to be able to stay in the air with them. He makes a mistake of standing still, and I hit 2 fireballs on him, which put me at a big advantage at the start of the fight. He Featherfalls and tries to take a frost shot, which I counter with my spring step and makes him miss. As he's falling, I predict where he's going and put a firewall there. He obviously doesn't want to be there, and gets out, and as I'm falling and he's rising, I hit him with another fireball. Depending on how far away you are from your enemy, you need to lead 1 to 2 to even 3 player models ahead of them in the direction that they're going, similar to Frost, but at a much closer range. In this fight, I engage with the guy starting with fireballs, followed by a dash for repositioning. I end up bumping into him, which I just shoot another fireball, followed by an updraft for more repositioning. This makes him want to get away from me, so I end up leading another fireball at him. Pay attention to where I'm aiming here. I see he's falling, so I'll need to aim below him for the fireball to hit. By then, he's one shot, and I just push up to get the final blow on them. Frost is a difficult projectile to learn, especially on Tempest. While you're mobile with Tempest, Frost sort of leaves you in the air. But you should use this time to be patient with your shots to make sure they're lined up, so you only have to do small corrections like I do here. Another thing to keep in mind with Frost is that every shot doesn't have to be a fully charged shot, and you can still do a decent amount of damage, especially from near ranges, kind of like this. With this fight, I get pushed by a toxicologist. I know this because of the puddles that he leaves behind. I also see that he's got Invis Rune, which I try to slap him out of. I miss the wind, but I use timing as I know he's going to push for an outbreak. I then lay down a firewall and a tornado, which brings him out of Invis. He tries to use his cloud to go for another outbreak, but I pre-fire the cloud, light it on fire, which lets me finish him off with 1 more fireball. And that's it for this video. I like to keep these videos short and to the point, so if there's anything that you'd like me to go more in depth in, let me know in the comments below. If this video helped, I really appreciate a like, as well as a sub if you'd like to see more. Good luck, have fun, and I'll see you in the HoloLens.